Hi everyone, my name is Ron Van Sessen. Welcome to Essentials for Your Journey. In this series, I'm going to be focusing on supplementation and making sure that you know what's available for you to jumpstart your wellness journey and to help you keep on a good path throughout. Now, the wonderful thing about a journey to wellness is that it never ends. We just keep growing, we keep learning, and we keep enjoying every step of the way. So I look forward to sharing this with you, and we're going to get started. These are going to be very informal chats. This isn't going to be a big presentation or anything. It's more of just we're going to have a conversation here. So pretend maybe you're in your living room right now. Pretend I'm sitting there with you, or we're sitting at your kitchen table. We're just going to chit chat a little bit, and you want to know, how do I start? Where do I? What do I need? What is this going to do for me? Well, I'm here to help you with all that. So where we start is right here. We start with this product right here, and this is dōTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack. And you'll notice there's actually 3 different bottles in this box. But I want you to not think of this as 3 different products, because they're designed to work together. They actually have a synergistic quality about them. They really, one builds with the other. If you take one and not the others, the one you took isn't going to do as well. So understand that we need to take all 3 of those, and that's why dōTERRA puts them in a pack. Makes sense, right? Now, every other supplement we talk about after this builds on lifelong vitality. So this is our foundation. Make no mistake, this isn't a step you can skip. As we talk about each of the supplements, you're going to understand why that is. All right, so let's talk about what we've got in this box. First of all, we've got Alpha CRS Plus. See that? Then we have XE Omega. And third, we have Microplex VMZ. So let's start with Alpha CRS, and we're going to run through these. And like I said, this is our foundation. I want you to understand why that is. I don't want to just tell you to take something without you understanding why you need to take it. Alpha CRS Plus has 2 primary functions. The first one is it gives us great antioxidant support, which is critical for cellular function. Second thing that it does is it helps our body to become more efficient at producing energy. Very important when we're starting a wellness lifestyle. We need this foundation. If our cells are not working properly and our body cannot produce energy, our journey is going to be cut short. Okay, we're going to burn out way too fast. So we have to have this. So let's talk about how this works a little bit. Antioxidants, you may have heard of the term of a free radical. Free radicals are not good things. And free radicals are basically oxygen atoms inside our bodies that have lost an electron. They become really unstable. So they're inside our cells and they're out of balance. They're kind of just bouncing around in there, and they're wreaking havoc. They actually start attacking our cells from the inside. We go through this process every time we breathe, every time we eat. We take in more oxygen, and we can increase free radicals. It's very important that we have antioxidants. Antioxidants stabilize free radicals. Alpha CRS Plus actually contains polyphenols, and polyphenols are the best antioxidants, type of antioxidant to stabilize those free radicals. So what we're going to have is better cellular function. Those free radicals that are bouncing around in there, it's going to tone them down. They're going to stop attacking our cells. When our cells are not being attacked from the inside, then they can focus on their primary job. They can get to work and do what they're designed to do. When our cells are healthy and they're doing what they're supposed to do, we're going to be healthy. So cellular function, everything goes back to cellular function. Very important that we start with antioxidants. Let's talk about energy. Excuse me. The other thing that Alpha CRS Plus does is it helps our bodies to produce energy. Now, inside our cells, we have what's called mitochondria. And mitochondria are basically the power plants of our cells. They're what produce energy. And the way it works is our cells need food and our cells need oxygen, just like we do. when we breathe in and when we eat food and it gets broken down and taken to our cells, once it enters the cell, the food and the oxygen merge together at the mitochondria. They go inside there, and the mitochondria goes through a process of turning them into an energy chemical called adenosine triphosphate, or ATP for short. Now, ATP is the source of all of our cellular energy. It's where really all of our energy comes from. It's from this mitochondria. So mitochondria are very critical. Here's the problem. As we get older in life, our mitochondria become less efficient. They stop working so hard. And secondly, we lose some along the way. So that's why as we're getting older here, we can't keep up with the things we could do when we were teenagers or when we were, in grade school. If you ever see how much energy a 10-year-old has compared to someone my age, I'm almost 55 now, there's a big difference. So reason is because our mitochondria just aren't working as hard anymore. So what Alpha CRS Plus does is it helps our mitochondria by feeding them. It creates kind of a super highway into the mitochondria for food to get in easier. It creates this delivery system. And it also helps our bodies to be able to produce more mitochondria. So I can tell you from my personal experience, it took about 4 days of me taking Alpha CRS Plus, and I could feel a noticeable difference in my energy level. That's when I knew something. That was my first indication, hey, I'm onto something here. My energy level was up and I felt better. So that's Alpha CRS Plus. Now, I want to say one more thing about energy before we go on any further here. We've all had that, I assume we've all had that feeling of, afternoon, we're at work or whatever, we went out to lunch or we had lunch at work, and then in the afternoon we feel like, well, I could really use a nap. It's time. I'm just not there right now. I'm just, I'm kind of zoned. I don't have the energy I did this morning. And so what do? We go and get a cup of coffee or coffee and a donut or whatever. I don't know, whatever. I hope you don't get the donut. But anyway, the point is we do something to boost our energy. Understand that's not real energy, and that's not what we're creating here. We are not putting a substance into our body like caffeine or sugar to create a false energy. What we're doing is we're helping our bodies to produce natural energy. And there's some big distinctions between this kind of chemical energy and our body's natural energy. First of all, when we drink coffee, whether it be caffeine or we eat sugar and we feel that pick me up, it's short-lived. We know that in time we're going to be right back to where we were. When we support our bodies in producing energy, it's a constant process, so we don't get the lull. We don't lose that. We sleep better. We wake up easier. We don't get the afternoon drain. That just doesn't happen. So the other critical thing I want you to understand, and this is even more important, I want you to get this concept. You can take all the caffeine or all the sugar in the world and it's not going to heal you. It's not going to fix anything in the cellular level of your body. Actually, it's going to do the opposite. But our bodies are in fact designed to heal themselves. Every night when we go to bed, our body is designed to heal, to recover from all of the stress we put it through that day. That is why we go to bed at night. That's why we're designed to sleep. It's a period of time for our bodies to rejuvenate. And that does happen at the cellular level. But here's the problem. It doesn't happen if our bodies aren't producing the energy to make it happen, because healing requires a great deal of energy. So by taking Alpha CRS Plus, you're not just making yourself more mentally alert. You're not just making yourself more, physically able to go longer and be able to do more things. You're not just causing, you're not just doing all these things that we associate with other kinds of energy. You're actually you're actually creating a system in your body to where your body is healing itself efficiently every single night. And that is wonderful. And that has been a game changer for me, because every day when I wake up in the morning, no matter how hard I push myself the day before, no matter how physically exhausted I'm at. It doesn't matter if I'm out, working out at Inspiration Wood, digging and shoveling all day, or putting in new trails or whatever, or barn work. It doesn't matter what I'm doing every single day. When I go to bed at night, I might be exhausted. When I wake up in the morning, I am fully recovered and ready to go again. And that is a great feeling. All right, so let's move on from there. I kind of went on there on a tangent, but I think it's an important tangent. Let's talk a little bit about XC omega. Now, XC omega, as the name implies, omegas. We're talking about essential fatty acids here. That's what omegas are. Omega-3s, omega-6s, we've heard of these before. Well, if you understand how important they are, first of all, our brains themselves are made up of about 8% DHA fatty acids. That makes up almost 10% of our brain's weight. So omegas are critical for brain function. They're critical for cognitive development. So I always think of omegas as brain food, but the reality is they're important for all of our body systems. They're also critical for our cardiovascular system, critical for our bones and joints, critical for our immune system. And right now, we all need to make sure our immune system is functioning optimally. Here's the thing that you need to understand. We don't get enough omega-3s in our diet. We get enough omega-6s. They're easy, but omega-3s are much more difficult. And when we get out of balance with our omegas, it causes health problems. We're supposed to get 1-to-1 ratio of omega-3s to omega-6s. That's ideal nutrition. When we get to 1-to-5, 1-to-4, 1-to-5, we start seeing health consequences as a result of that. 1 being the omega-3s and the 4 or 5 being the omega-6s. Here's the really sad thing is in our country, we're at about 1-to-15 or 1-to-16. That's the national average. So we're way out of whack with our omegas, and that leads to a whole host of problems. And again, we get into that issue of body systems just not being able to function properly because they don't have the fuel. Now, I mentioned with you about alpha CRS plus creating that delivery system, that food system to our mitochondria. Well, it needs something to deliver. It needs fuel to deliver. Here you go. Again, that's that symbiotic relationship, that synergistic flow that we were talking about. They're designed to work together. Now, one thing that makes these omegas a little bit different, and by the way, we're talking fish oil here. These are fish oils. But if you happen to be vegan, you want to follow a vegan lifestyle, there's VE omega, and you can get that as well, and it's 100% vegan. So that's a great option as well. They instead of getting it from fish, they get it from plants found in the ocean, and it still is just as powerful. So it's a great option for you there. Now, this bottle here, you can have. I actually have a bottle that I go and I teach with when I'm teaching, and it's probably 3 or 4 years old now, and it's still got some in it, and I can smell that this isn't that bottle, but when you smell it, I don't smell any fish. Now, how many of you that have taken fish oils have gone to the grocery store, you open it up and it smells like rotten fish or a really strong fishy smell? Guess what? That's not good. It should not smell that way, because the reason it smells that way is because guess what? The fish oils have oxidized. That is what's creating the smell. So when you're taking a fish oil supplement, an omega supplement, omega-3 supplement that smells like fish, you're actually putting more free radicals into your body than you're doing it good. So don't do that. If it smells like fish, it's not a good supplement. It's a cheap version. It's cheaply produced, or it wasn't handled properly, and you don't want that. It's not good for you. Don't take it. They should never smell like fish. So what does dōTERRA do that's different? Well, what dōTERRA does is they put 9 different essential oils in here. 9 different essential oils are in every single soft gel. And why is that important? Well, these 9 different oils happen to have antioxidant qualities. So they are in them of themselves antioxidants. So you can have a bottle like this, and it can be, for whatever reason, you let a bottle expire, you come back to it 3 or 4 years, you open it up, it's still not going to smell like fish. It will not oxidize because doTERRA built in the antioxidants into it. Now, something else I want to tell you, there's another antioxidant here. You notice the color of this. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's kind of a deep, whoops, I dropped that one. We'll get that one later. But it's kind of a deep red auburn kind of a color. Very pretty, and that color is actually from another antioxidant that's part of the carotenoid family. It's a natural pigment known as astaxanthin. And you may not have heard of that, but if you've ever eaten a piece of salmon and you notice the bright pink color in salmon, that's what gives salmon its color. It's the astaxanthin. So that is a huge deal. The doTERRA added that in here as well into the omegas because that's what gives it its color. It's again another powerful antioxidant that's going to go to work for us. So you've got 9 essential oils in here, certified pure, tested grade essential oils that help preserve this so it won't go bad. You won't get the fishy smell. You're getting the full day supply of your critical, your essential omega fatty acids that you need. All right, let's move on from there. Let's go to, yes, Microplex VMZ. That's what we got next. So show you that without the glare. Microplex VMZ, VM, vitamins and minerals. That's what that stands for. What makes this different? Because there's a lot of vitamins and minerals out there, vitamin and mineral supplements out there. Well, what makes it different is how doTERRA did it. First of all the vitamins are sourced from plants in this. So when you open this up, you get a capsule that it's not a hard packed powder kind of a tablet like a lot of vitamin and mineral supplements are. It's actually, you can actually look at it, look at the capsule and kind of see the ingredients in it because it's taken from things like kale and dandelion and spinach and these wonderful vegetables. That's where it gets the vitamins from. And why is that important? Well, our bodies recognize that as food. Our bodies recognize these sources as nutrients. And you may ask yourself, well, aren't all vitamins coming from plants in some form? Well, no, they're not. Actually, sometimes they come in actually a rock form or a mineral salt form. And because of that, they don't have the bioavailability. What that means is our bodies can't break them down and process them. Our bodies don't see them as a nutrient. Our cells don't recognize them as a nutrient, and they don't let them in. So they actually pass right through us and don't do us any benefit at all. So doTERRA has solved that with their vitamins by going with plants, making sure that they're all plants that our bodies crave, our bodies recognize as nutrients, and that's how they put this together. Now, they did something else with the minerals, which is also really cool. The minerals here, we got our essential minerals in here. We got zinc and potassium, all these great minerals. But minerals are tricky. Our bodies don't always absorb these very well in supplement form. So how did doTERRA get around this? Well, what they did is they chelated the minerals. And you may not have heard of that term before, but chelation is a great process. It's an expensive process, but it's very effective. And what they do is they take the mineral and they bind it with a protein. So they connect it to a protein. Now, our bodies, our cells, love protein. And by the way, if you're ever looking to do a new diet, I don't care if you're vegan or vegetarian or you're doing whole foods or whatever kind of diet you're doing, there isn't a diet that exists that says don't eat protein. Every one of them wants to make sure you get plenty of protein. Protein is critical. It's the building blocks of nutrition. Everything we do, from a building block standpoint, is based on protein. So, having said that, the Microplex VMZ attaches that protein to the minerals, and then our cells recognize the protein and they take it in. Therefore, they improve the bioavailability. That way, our body is completely processing the minerals as well. They're not going to waste. They're not going in one end and out the other. Our bodies are actually putting them to good use. So, big difference there. Now, we talked about the delivery system, how Alpha CRS Plus is the delivery system for the omegas. Well, the Microplex VMZ actually has its own built-in delivery system. It has an enzyme delivery system, digestive enzymes, and what they do is they help, they escort, they act as the delivery system to get the vitamins and minerals into our cells. So we have this enzymatic delivery system. And by the way, enzymatic delivery systems have been out for a while now. A lot of cancer medications use enzymatic delivery systems to help get medicine into the cancer cells. So that's a very effective delivery system, is by using these enzymes. And so dōTERRA has capitalized on that technology. They probably developed it and modified it themselves for this purpose. And they created this enzyme delivery system to deliver the vitamins, plant-based vitamins, chelated minerals bound to a protein, and have a delivery system that puts them into our cells. So there is no waste here. We are getting full value of what we're taking. All right, that's lifelong vitality. That's why we start here. This is the building block. So we're giving our bodies the antioxidant support that it needs. We're giving our bodies the ability to improve its production of energy, natural energy, healing energy, that is going to help us in mind and body. We're giving ourselves the omegas, the fuel that we need to produce that energy and to support all of our body systems, especially our brains and our hearts and our blood and our immune system. Very important. All that is getting a great deal of support. And then we're getting all of the essentials of the vitamins and minerals. We get a full round of antioxidant vitamins, A, C, and E. We get the energy complex B vitamins. We get vitamin D3 for skin. We get all the critical stuff, and then all of the minerals that go with that, and of course the enzymes. So that's a great place to start your jump start to wellness, right? That's it for now. How do you get this? Well, I'm gonna provide a link for you. First of all, I want you to do this. If you don't already, if you don't have a wholesale membership account with dōTERRA, I want you to get that. Now, don't let that scare you. A wholesale membership is like having a Costco membership. That's what a Costco membership is. It allows you to go in and buy at better prices. I don't pay retail for my LLV. I don't want to see you pay retail for your LLV. So get your wholesale membership. I'm going to provide you a link at the bottom of this video, and you're going to be able to get started yourself. So get your wholesale account. If you have any troubles, reach out to me. Leave your comments. Leave any questions you may have. Give me any feedback. I'd love to have your feedback, and we'll go from there. But this is definitely step one on your journey to wellness. Thank you very much. Follow the links below. Subscribe to our YouTube page. And until our next video, of course, we wish you wellness. Have a good night.